In this society that we live in, with social media all around us, do you feel good about yourself? Like, yung totoo. And actually, ano bang ibig sabihin when we say that we feel good about ourselves? So, gets naman, it's understandable that we want to feel special. Like, ako, I want to feel special.
You make me feel special.
Siyempre, sino ba naman yung gustong maging chonkers lang buong buhay nila, di ba? Siyempre, gusto natin mag-improve as a person. The problem is that, by definition, by definition, hindi pwedeng lahat tayo above average all at the same time. Like, let's do the math. Charot ka! Although, one way or another, we might excel at something, there is always someone better than us. Someone smarter, someone prettier, someone more successful. So, how do you deal with this reality? Hi guys, it's me, Algerie, and for today's video, I will share how self-compassion can help you stop beating yourself up and leave your insecurity behind, especially with regards to our bodies. So, malapit na ako matapos basahin tong librong ito. So, it's entitled Self-Compassion, Stop Beating Yourself Up and Leave Insecurity Behind. It's written by Dr. Kristin Neff. And this book mainly shows you how to limit self-criticism, self-judgment, and ano yung harmful effects niya sa atin. And instead of doing that, she advises that we should learn to be kinder to ourselves. Ayan. So, in general, I think most people sobrang harsh sa sarili nila. Especially if dumating na tayo dun sa point na natanggap na natin sa sarili natin na nagkamali tayo or nagkulang tayo. So, you might say to yourself, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm worthless. Oh, wala akong kwentang tao. And in areas wherein sobrang daling makompare ng sarili natin sa ibang tao. For example, ang daling i-compare ng current weight ko to the models I see on Instagram. Ang daling i-compare ng current bank account ko to the more successful people na same age ko lang. And at those moments, we cause ourselves emotional pain. Like, why guys? Bakit natin sinasaktan yung sarili natin, di ba? Charot. So anyway, di ba, parang nawawalan tayo ng tiwala sa sarili. We start doubting our potential, and maybe at some point, we feel hopeless. And even if we manage to get to the point like, this is good enough, parang minsan sobrang out of reach pa rin niya, di ba? Like, sobrang frustrating. Sobrang frustrating, right? Kasi yung society natin ngayon, sobrang taas ng pressure. Like, kailangan maganda ka, kailangan fit ka, kailangan successful ka, kailangan matalino ka, kailangan mayaman ka. Lahat na kailangan meron ka, di ba? Yes. Daming emotions dun. And no matter how well we do, there is always someone better than us. Hindi mawawala yan. And when we have this line of thinking, ano yung most probable outcome niya? Disclaimer, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just sharing what I learned from this book. And according to Dr. Neff, ito raw yung one of the reasons why a lot of people need to take pharmaceuticals or medicine just to cope with daily life. Anxiety, insecurity, depression, sobrang common na niya sa society natin ngayon. And I think much of this is because of self-judgment, self-criticism, basically beating ourselves up when we feel like we're not winning in life, right? So, anong dapat natin gawin kung ganon? So, Dr. Neff suggests that we should stop judging and evaluating ourselves altogether. So, sabi niya, wag daw natin i-label yung sarili natin as a person as good or bad, and simply accept ourselves with an open heart. So, kung paano natin tratuhin yung mga kaibigan natin, di ba, with kindness, with compassion, dapat ganun din natin tratuhin yung sarili natin. Pero, marami pa rin tao yung resistance sa idea ng self-compassion. Bakit? Kasi hindi ba parang self-pity lang siya? Or like, pinagandang word for self-indulgence? Well, in the book, Dr. Neff discusses in detail how self-compassion is opposite. So, babasahin ko yung sinabi niya. Self-compassion involves wanting health and well-being for oneself and leads to proactive behavior to better one's situation rather than passivity. So, kung ikaw, as a person, pag meron kang self-compassion, naiintindihan mo na kapag nagkamali ka or may pagkukulang ka, dapat dapat may gawin ka, di ba? Para makaalis ka dun sa situation na yon. So, gusto natin yung proactive tayo, guys. Like, yeah, galaw-galaw. Kasi di ba kung tutunganga ka lang, walang mangyayari, di ba? Lilipas lang yung oras.
2,000 years later.
And kahit anong gawin mo, kung may gawin ka man or wala kang gawin, time will pass, right? It's a fact. And she also says that self-compassion doesn't mean na, ay, mas importante yung problema ko kaysa sa problema mo. Basically, it just means that my problem is also important and worthy of being attended to. Hindi siya competition, di ba? Kung sino yung may pinakamalaking problema. Kasi, guys, lahat naman tayo may problema, right? Ayun. May kanya-kanya tayong problema. And it is up to us how we deal with our problems. In the book, she also says that rather than beating yourself up because of your mistakes or failures, you can practice self-compassion to let go of the unrealistic expectations of our society that makes you so dissatisfied with yourself. Okay? So, huwag na tayo magpa-pressure sa society, guys. So, this book actually explains the 3 core components of self-compassion, which is self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness, and how to practice it, how to become better at it. But I want to talk about one of the benefits of self-compassion mentioned in the book. So, according to the book, self-compassion is a powerful motivator in different areas of life, and one of them is yung struggle natin to accept our bodies. So, yung ating physical na body, ang ating katawan. So, ako lang ba yung dumaan sa face na kinikriticize ko yung sarili ko when I don't look like the way I'm supposed to? Like, kung anong image ko of a perfect body or ideal body. Pag hindi ganun yung nakikita ko sa salamin, nai-stress ako tapos nilalait ko yung sarili ko. Like, ako lang ba yun? So, lagi kasi nating nakikita sa social media, di ba? Yung mga models sa IG or actually kahit yung mga friends lang natin. Kunwari, ang papayat nila or ang ganda nila, ganyan, di ba? So, yeah, I guess it's understandable naman na sometimes we feel like we don't measure up or kulang tayo, like that, di ba? So, mataas kasi yung pinibigay na value ng society natin on beauty and on physical appearance. And kaya rin sabi sa book na perceived attractiveness is one of the most common areas in which people invest in their self-worth. So, totoo rin siya for both genders, but more so for females. Like, women are supposed to be super thin, pero kailangan curvy ka rin, which is super hard to achieve, right? In reality. And for other people, this line of thinking sometimes leads to eating disorders like bulimia, anorexia. Pero despite the emphasis on our culture na kailangan payat tayo and kailangan mag-diet tayo para pumayat tayo, isa raw sa pinaka-common na eating disorder is actually binge eating disorder. So, yun. Actually, hindi ko alam na disorder pala siya until nabasa ko tong librong to. So, psychologists agree na when you stuff yourself with food, it numbs painful feelings. So, parang minimedicate mo yung sarili mo with food. And actually, totoo, di ba? Ang sarap kumain. Like, ang sarap kumain, lalo kung malungkot ka. Parang ang sarap umubos ng isang tub ng ice cream, di ba? Pero, yung effect niya is usually short-term lang. And kapag sobra yung kinain mo, yung long-term effect niya is hindi maganda, which is obesity. Obesity? Obesity. So, bakit kaya? Bakit kaya? Anong anda yun? Gawa-gawa ko lang. Anyway, so bakit kaya ang daming overweight pero sobrang common din ng mga taong nagda-diet? Kasi as everyone knows, diets don't work. Based from personal experience, it doesn't work. So, i-share ko sa inyo yung mindset ko before. Nagda-diet ako, so, nagre-restrict ng calories kapag hindi ko gusto yung nakikita ako sa salamin. Pero, pag dumating yung time na masisira yung diet ko, because eventually it will come, I will most probably gain the weight that I have lost. Minsan nga, mas marami pa. Nangyari na yun. Mas marami pa yung na-gain ko pabalik kaysa dun sa na-lose ko. So, di ba? So, actually, sobrang funny kasi yung example na sinabi dun sa book, overeating pag office party, which is laging nangyayari sa akin dati nung hindi pa naka-work from home. Kasi nga, di ba na-mention ko dati sa isang video, ang dalas magpakain sa office namin. And ganito yung inner dialogue ko pag may pakain sa office. Hala, may pakain. Hala, kaya lang nag-diet ako. Pero sayang naman kung hindi ako kakain kasi libre, di ba? Tapos kakain ako, tapos naparami ako ng kain, tapos magiging, hala, ang dami ko nakain. Pero okay lang kasi libre naman, tsaka minsan lang naman nagpakain sa office. Tapos, para i-comfort yung sarili ko, kasi kumain ako at nasira yung diet ko, lulubusin ko na. So, mas marami pa akong makakain. Ayun. So, sobrang hirap i-stop nung ganong cycle. Kaya, sobrang common nung yo-yo dieting eh. So, the big question is, how can self-compassion help you in accepting your body? So, first and foremost, self-compassion helps you forgive yourself for your lapses. So, kung yung ultimate goal mo is to become healthy and not because of external factors, like, for example, gusto kong pumayat kasi gusto ko makapag-post ng madaming pictures sa Instagram na nakabikini ako, tas payat ako, tas maraming magla-like kasi payat ako. So, when you start changing your mindset na you want to become healthy because you want to take care of your body, nurture your body, hindi nagmamatter if mag-fall off ka sa diet mo from time to time. So, I think hindi naman all the time kaya nating maging focused on our goals, diba? Like, 100% every day. Meron time din na matatempt tayong kumain ng chocolate na nakita mo sa kitchen nyo, diba? Hindi ko sinasabing ako yun, pero ako yun. So, when you have self-compassion, you don't feel bad when you fall off from your diet. And as a result, hindi ka rin mag-overeat to comfort yourself kasi nag-fall off ka from your diet, right? And exercise. Important part then of being healthy. And based on Dr. Neff's research, self-compassionate people tend to exercise for the right reason. So, meaning, meron silang intrinsic motivation ba't sila nag-exercise and not because of extrinsic factors. So, for example, ako, gusto kong nagsa-strength training, gaganyan-ganyan, buhat-buhat. So, gusto ko yon kasi I like yung feeling afterwards na parang ang lakas-lakas kong tao and kaya kong gawin lahat. Ganong feeling. So, sobrang fulfilling niya for me. So, basically, basta nanggagaling sa'yo, like, you're doing it for yourself and not to please other people, you're on the right track.
Down the right track, baby.
So, in summary, when you don't need to be perfect in order to feel good about yourself, you can drop the obsessive fixation with being thin enough or pretty enough and accept yourself as you are. Basically, kapag komportable ka on your own skin, on your body, kung ano ang shape ng katawan mo, you allow yourself to focus kung ano yung mas importante, which is being healthy, diba? And yeah, being healthy looks good. So, as we enter the holiday season, Pasko na next week, sana huwag kayong mag-guilty kapag kakain na kayo ng handa nyo sa Pasko, like yung ham na giveaway sa office nyo or yung lechon na kakainin nyo hanggang New Year, as long as you have the ultimate goal of being healthy and you're doing steps no matter how small they are to achieve that goal, then you're goods. Goods ka na. All is well. So, if you like what I shared for today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and comment down below what you think. If meron kayong opinions about something I said, let's discuss in the comment section down below. Yeah, yun lang. Thanks for watching, guys! Merry Christmas!